So if you have time now, you can start working on these tasks that are close to each other, because then you are not going to have a lot of time to do all the things. Remember that the topics that we studied on units B are the same that we studied in the first part with unit A, but it is like a kind of progress in the sense that the vocabulary that you use is more complex, the structures that you use are the same, but they are used within different contexts. So it is like a review of the first lessons, right? So you can start working on these tasks. All of them are open now. We have the self-evaluation on June 10th, which is the same day of the exam. And that is June 10th. That is Monday. Why? And the 6th, yeah, you will have the speaking exam, okay, before this exam. So the 13th, I can give you the final results on June 13th. Okay, do you have any questions about this?
Teacher, when is the finish class of English, the virtual encounter? June
13, because that 6, is the day when
13.
Okay, June 6th is the last class, and in that class you're going to have the speaking exam, right? And June
6.
13, yes, but June 13 is the encounter where you can ask me about the grades if you don't agree, right?
Okay.
Because well, there is I uploaded today a file with the grades. It's an update of the grades until session 12. That is last week, right? I'm still in the process of grading, but the idea is that the last class is June 6th, and on June 13th I socialize the final grades. Okay, so you say yes, I agree, or I don't agree, right? Clear that?
Okay.
Yes or no? Is that clear or no?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, teacher.
Good. So, close all tabs. Now. Okay. Do you remember what are the structures in the future that we use to talk about plants? What structures do we use?
Will.
Will be.
You sure about that, Will? For plants. Okay. What else? What other structures do we use?
Be going to.
Sorry?
Be going to.
Okay, be going to. Which other?
Don't.
No.
We can use present continuous when we have something arranged.
Present continuous. Yes. So we have.
And also.
Uh-huh.
So, teacher, what about should? It doesn't mean we can use it as a future. For example, shall we dance or
Excuse me, what did you say?
shall, should, should.
Should?
Yeah.
Not really. Should we dance? Well,
Should
but
we
that is more like
dance?
a proposition, right? Than making a plan,
Okay.
right? Yeah, of
Oh
course.
no, but it's not for plans. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's not. Yeah, it's not for plans. So we have will plus infinitive, right? Oops, plus. And then we have be going to plus infinitive as well. And present continuous, which is the verb with ing. So what is the difference between using the present continuous with the will, for example? Because these two are closely related. But yeah, Gerson said present continuous is more used for arrangements, right? So it is when something is already planned, absolutely planned, right? Like you know the date, the hour, specific place where you're going to be, and like probably the people, like in a sentence, it's just tomorrow I am having, oops, sorry, I am having a doctor's appointment at 3, right? So of course, I'm talking about future, right? But I am using the present continuous because I exactly know the place and the time. Everything is arranged, right? The going to also talks about plans or intentions. We cannot be absolutely sure about the future, even if I plan this and I have the appointment and I have the place and I have the specific time, maybe something happens, right? And I can't go. So we cannot be absolutely sure about the future. But when we talk about plans or intentions, we think about something in advance, right? Like in an example such as my next holidays, sorry. My next holiday, I am going to travel to Madrid. That's my plan, that's my intention, right? And what's the difference with will, guys? Well, here we can talk about the near future, right? What's the difference with will? Anyone?
That is
So,
just a probability. I don't know.
teacher, we can use will when we make predictions about based on our feelings. For example, when I suppose that something could be, you know?
Okay.
For example.
For example.
So, for example, I think my mom is going to, no, my mom will, sorry. I think my mom will go to the the grocery store after she finished cooking. Yes?
Yes, that's one of the uses for will, no?
Yeah.
it could be to talk about predictions, but we can also make predictions with the going to, right? The thing with will, when we talk about plans, is that it could be in a, let's say, far future. It is not something that is happening anytime soon, right? In 10 years, I will live in a country house, right? That's my plan for retirement, for example, right? So you say, in 10 years, that's what I want to do. I will live in a country house, right? It's not something that is going to happen anytime soon, but you are thinking, you have the intention of do that, okay? We're going to also talk about predictions, but that is the second part of the class, right? Do you have any questions about these structures to talk about plans? Something that you don't understand, maybe? Although you have already worked on this, on Delk's way. So, no questions?
Teacher, it's a little confused. I mean, using will as a plan, future plan. I don't know if I can't. I mean, so we mostly use going to, right?
Yes. Most of the times when we plan something, it is close to the present.
Okay.
Right?
But it doesn't matter if the plan will be carry out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, for example, for this weekend, right?
Okay.
You try to plan things to do. My family and I are going to have dinner at my grandma's home, right?
Okay.
The thing with will for plans is like it is more for intentions, something that I want for my future, and I am probably preparing to do that, but it is not that close to my reality in this moment, right? Like the example, in 10 years, I will live in a country house. I don't know if that is going to happen, but that's my intention. Yeah, and I'm trying to do that in 10 years, which is not close to my reality in this moment. Right? But it's my plan. Okay? It's my intention.
Okay.
Yeah? That's the main difference between going to and will. Let's say that this one is more, it's closer to our present as well as the ing. Whereas this one is far from our reality or from our present, right? However, there are other ways of talking about the future, and it is when we make predictions. But we're going to talk about those in the second part, okay?
Okay.
Because now I want to share with you our first activity. That is something that individually you will have to prepare, right? So this is the contract of life. Okay, the first part, can you see?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, okay. In the first part, you're just going to write your name, right? I, Maria Jimena Rojas, hereby promise that this weekend I am, and look that here we have ing. So that means present continuous because we are talking about something in our close future and something that we have already arranged, right? So I'm going to give you an example. This weekend, I am studying, right, for my English test. Before the end of the month, I am going to finish grading. This year, I will definitely travel to Paris. Next week, I might, which is probability, no? Something that can happen or maybe not. Next week, I might go to the dentist. In the next 10 years, I am going to save money. This evening, I might sleep early. Next year, I will definitely learn German. Tomorrow, I am having dinner with my mother, etc. Right? So each one is going to plan their life, right? Based on these instructions. Okay? You're going to have 5 minutes for that. Nalda, I think I can hear you.
Teacher, I'm sorry.
Who says I'm sorry?
Me. Was you talking to me?
No, to Nalda.
Okay.
Teacher.
Yes.
Okay. I think I thought that you can hear me, teacher.
No, yes, I can hear you perfectly. So you have 5 minutes to complete this, right? Each one, of course, has a different plan, right? Gerson, isn't your camera working? Okay, thank you. Have you finished?
Mm,
Not yet? Okay, is anyone ready?
Oh no, teacher. It just doesn't go, please.
But no one is ready. Anyone ready? It's very easy. You just have to complete the spaces.
Teacher, the last part where it say your own promise.
Promise.
Also, we have to promise. Sorry. Also, we have to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before I am 65, I promise myself I will buy a house in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
Before I am 65, I promise I will have 10 rescue dogs and 10 rescue cats.
Okay. I Okay, me teacher. I think I finished.
Okay, so Clara.
I, Clara Hernandez, hereby promise that this weekend I'm resting because this week has been tiring and I need it.
Uh-huh.
Before the end of the month, I'm going to visit my grandparents. This year, I'll definitely go with my family to the beach. Next week, I might go to the cinema with my best friend. Well, in the next 10 years, I'm going to buy my house. This evening, I might make the dinner to my siblings, maybe. Next year, I'll definitely travel to abroad.
Travel abroad.
Travel abroad. Okay, without to. Tomorrow, I'm meeting with my coworkers. Before I'm 65, I promise I'll take a world tour, and that's it.
Thank you, Clara. Nice. Anyone else?
Me, teacher.
Okay.
Okay. I did Nalda. Have promised that.
Promise that.
Promise.
Promise.
Promise that. This weekend, I'm going to celebrate the Teacher Day with my colleagues.
Colleagues.
Thanks, teacher. Before the end of the month, I am going to the house sister with my son. These years, I'll definitely to have more fluid with my speaking. Next week, I might to finish my class for the. I'm so sorry, teacher.
Don't worry. Next week, I might.
Next week I might to have the notes for my student. In the next 10 years, I'm going to Paris for vacation. This evening, I might finish my class for the next week. Next years, I'll definitely oh my God. Teacher, I have a question with this. Promise. Can I use should? Next year, I definitely should is less stress with my study.
No, because you have will. Will, should, no. So next year, I will definitely be less stressed.
Less stress. Thanks, teacher. Tomorrow, I'm going to visit to the doctor. Before. Excuse me, teacher.
To visit the doctor.
To
the doctor.
The doctor. Doctor. Before I'm 65, I will be retired.
Okay. Okay, Ditnalda. So you say next wait. Before the end of the month, I am going to my house sister. My sister's house.
House.
Okay? But the
I-
possessive goes to the person, right? So to my sister's house. I'm going to my sister's house, right? And might, after might, you don't need
Might.
to. So you say, I might to have, okay, two things. The notes for my students. I might have my students' grades, not notes, grades.
Great.
Grades or marks, okay?
Marks.
M-A-R-K.
Okay. Thanks, teacher.
Okie dokie, thanks to you. Next one, please.
Me, teacher.
I'm teacher. Okay.
Okay.
Everybody once at the same time.
Magda, me.
Karen Guevara and then Magda.
Okay. I, Karen Juliana Guevara Hernandez, hereby promise that this weekend I'm going to have a haircut because I'm having a wedding.
Haircut?
What?
Haircut. Haircut.
Okay. Haircut. Because I'm haircut because I'm having a wedding. Before the end of the month, I'm going to start work in my English final project. This year, I'll definitely go to 2 concerts.
Okay.
Next week, I might work a lot in next week because there is few time.
Little
In
time.
the next little time. Okay. In the next 10 years, I'm going to approach at maximum my time with the people I love, traveling with them and sharing time with them.
Take advantage of the time, maybe?
Yes.
Take advantage, okay.
Okay, to take advantage. Okay, this evening I might solve a questionnaire of research.
Might, okay, you should.
Yes. Next year, I'll definitely work as an English teacher. I hope. Tomorrow, I'm working all the day. Before I'm 65, I'll get married. I hope.
Before you're 65, you'll get married. Okay. I hope. Okay, Karen, thank you. Okay, who's next?
Okay.
Okay, next one, Magda, right?
Okay, teacher. Okay. Okay, Magda promised date. This weekend, I'm studying in the university. Before the end of the month, I'm going to visit Cali for an education conference.
Very good.
This year, I definitely to study for finish the postgraduate.
Okay, I'll definitely study without to. I'll definitely study to finish.
Study to finish for the postgraduate. Next week, I might work in the final project of English class. In the next years, in the next 10 years, I'm going to work in other country. This evening, I might eat with my husband. Next year, I definitely be in the law competition. Tomorrow, I'm watching a video.
A video.
Video, okay. Before I'm 65 to promise I work very, very much.
Okay. Magda, try to pronounce years not with Y, but with like E, years. Not years, but years. As same as when
Yes.
you say yes, not yes, yes.
Yes.
Yellow, not yellow, but yellow.
Okay.
Yes.
Yellow. Okay.
Years, young.
Years. Young.
What else? Now I can't think of more.
Yellow. Years.
Exactly. It's
Yet.
yet. Any other
Young.
word?
Young.
Excellent. Not young, but young, years, yellow, yes.
Years. Yellow. Yet. Yes.
Very good. Better. Okay. Thank you very much. Next. Okay, Karen.
I, Karen Gonzalez, hereby promise that this weekend I am going here to the shore. Before the end of the month, I am going to visit the dermatology. This year, I am going to visit the dermatology.
Okay. The dermatologist.
The dermatologist. This year, I will definitely change the work. Change the work. Next week.
Your work.
Change the work.
My. So you say I'll definitely change my job. Better my job.
My job. Next week, I might to visit my aunt.
I might visit without to. I might visit.
In the next 10 years, I am going to travel to Seattle. This evening, I might study English. Next year, I will definitely move the house. Tomorrow, I am meeting with my boss. Before I am 55 years, I will to live in USA.
I will live
in USA.
Okay, thank you, Karen. Next.
Me, teacher. I will go. Okay. So this weekend, I'm going to visit my mom and we are going to eat out together. Before the end of this month, I'm going to the river and have a barbecue with my family. This year, I'll definitely get my car driver license. Next week, I might pick up my friend Forrest at the airport. In the next 10 years, I'm going to work as an English teacher at any university, and I'm going to get my master's degree in phonetics and phonology. This evening, I might pray to ask my dreams come true. Next year, I will definitely be working in a better company. And tomorrow, I'm working out with my personal trainer at 9 a.m. Before I am 65, I will have traveled around Europe.
Thank you, Gerson.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, teacher.
Van, Didier, or Leonardo? Who's next? I know. Ivan, Didier, or Leonardo?
Me, teacher.
Okay.
Okay. I, Didier Giovanni Gonzalez, already promised that this weekend I started this way because I'm very late in the lessons.
Very behind. Okay.
Before, before the end
Everything
of
is being recorded, so it's a contract.
before the end of the month, I'm going to finish this way, no? this year, I'll definitely start to save up money.
Okay.
Excuse me. Next week, I might go to the dentist because I would like to clean the teeth of by a dentist.
Okay.
Next year, I'll definitely buy a new car. Tomorrow, I'm researching with my Andean musical group. Before I specify, I'll buy my own house
Very good.
or farm house. Yes.
I hope all your dreams and all your plans come true, especially the Dexway part.
Yes, you're right, teacher.
Okay, Ivan or Leonardo? I know.
My teacher.
Okay, Ivan.
Okay. I am Ivan, or as the teacher says, Ivan. I promise that everything I say here, I will fulfill.
I will fulfill. Okay.
Yes. This weekend I'm going to the gym to do some exercise.
Okay.
Before the end of the month, I'm going to buy my car. This year, I'll definitely work very much.
Work a lot.
Ever a lot, yes. Next week I might going to visit my mother. In the next 10 years, I'm going to more English.
I'm going to learn more English. Yeah.
Well, learning more English. Yes.
Learn.
In the next 10 years, I'm going to change my job.
Okay. This evening
I mean I don't want to.
Okay, this evening I might not. If it is negative, I might not.
I might not. No.
I might not study. I might not sleep. I might not eat.
Watching TV.
I might not watch TV.
Next year, I definitely change my work, my job. tomorrow I'm going to market.
To the market, okay.
Before I'm 65, I don't want to
I don't want to
morir.
To die. Okay.
I don't want to die. Promise. I promise to eat less to lose weight.
To lose weight. To lose weight. Okay. Thank you, Ivan. Leonardo, last but not least.
I, Leonardo Rodriguez, hereby promise that this weekend I playing the guitar an important concert. For the end of the month, I'm going to buy a car. This year, I'll definitely finish my music studies. Next week, I might meeting with my mom in your home. Excuse me, teacher?
I might meet, not ing. I might meet.
Okay, I might meet with my mom. In the next 10 years, I'm going to work how English teacher. As English teacher, yes. And this evening, I might finish the encounter English encounter.
You might. You have to.
Next year, I'll definitely buy a motorcycle. Tomorrow, I'm working all day. Before I'm 65, I will like rest in a farm.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, teacher.
So you have all your promises. Now, I think time is not enough, but I just want to review with you. Oh, sorry, not this one. Predictions, because I think it's important to clarify when we use will and when we use going to talk about predictions, which is also something that we can do, right? Predictions. So most of the time we use will, right? Or the negative want, right? When we are making a prediction based on experiences, right? Like for example, I think that the environment will be more affected. What happened? Okay, I don't know. Or I think that
by human misbehaviors.
My God, I cannot write. I don't know what happens. Jesus Christ. Okay. Just breathe. Can I not? Okay. Fine, humans, right? That's my prediction. Okay. Then we also have possibilities with might or may, right? And this is when you are like 50%, yeah, like probably or not, okay? I'm going to give you an example with Colombia might have serious international problems with Venezuela. Yeah, that's a possibility. You can also, of course, use the negative, no? Might not or may not. And between may and might, there is no difference. And you can use, I can use might or may, and the meaning is exactly the same, right? And we can also use be going to for predictions, but this is based on evidence in the present. For example, tonight it is really cold. I don't know, at least here in Bogota, it is really cold, right? So based on that, I can say that tomorrow it is going to rain all day. That's my prediction based on the evidence, right? My cat's food is running out. Yeah, she's running out of food. So I can say, God, her food is going to run out tomorrow. That's my prediction, but probably no, because I can give her less food, right? Predictions based on evidence in the present. It's like when you see your kid running and running around the house and you say, hey, stop, you are going to fall. And the kid keeps running around the house. Yeah, and you make second warning, hey, stop, you are going to fall down, right? What is the evidence? The kid is running and it is not listening to you, right? So that kid probably is going to fall down. So we have evidence in the present and we can give predictions based on that evidence, right? But when we use will or want, it's more a belief that you have, right? Or might or may. It's like when you read your zodiac sign, right? All of those predictions will be with will or want because you don't really know if that is actually going to happen, right? But if you have some problems, for example, in your office at this moment, so you say, I am going to be fired, and your evidence is that you are having troubles and something is going wrong in your job, right? So I have, well, probably will have some time. I have examples of inventions or things that have changed, right? And maybe for next class, we can do this as a piece of homework. Or well, you can make it at, you can do this presentation during the session without preparing beforehand because you have a lot of homework, right? So if you see here, we have some inventions that have already been replaced, right? Like, for example, this first one. What is this?
Telephone.
It's a telephone, right? It's a telephone. So what replaced it?
Cell phone.
The
Telephone.
Okay.
Smartphone.
What is this? Or a smartphone?
I don't know.
Vini,
LP,
vinyl.
LP.
Oh my God.
Pick up. Pick up.
I know, I don't remember. Vini, no.
Disc.
Tocadisco.
Tocadiscos.
I can't remember the name. LP player? No. Vinyl? No.
Long
Vinyl.
play reproduce? Long...
Maybe.
No,
And
I
it
don't know.
was replaced by what?
The radios, the CDs.
CD? CD.
Players. Okay. What about this?
De tinta china.
Pink.
It was more like ink, right? You before what you did was like put the pen into the ink and then write. So it was replaced by what?
Pen.
Pen.
Pen, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
retract, yeah.
What about this one?
Television.
TV.
TV.
Replaced by.
Actually, this is a very old model of a TV, right? Because, I mean, the TV hasn't been replaced as such, but the models, right? Now we have smart TVs, right? And they are usually huge and light, right? How about this?
VHS. Replaced for DVD.
Yeah, for DVDs, right?
Because of DVD.
And now blue.
So fashion now.
And
Call recording.
yes. Now that you say it, I thought it was like a tape recorder, but no, it's a message machine, right?
Message.
It has a CD. What's that? Yeah, message machine. Yeah, now that you say. So what replaced it? Voicemail. Right? Whenever you click the mobile, it says, you have a new voicemail, right? So as you can see, there are lots of inventions that have changed our world, and technology actually advances really, really fast, right? So I want you to think in these three questions, to think about these three questions. In the future, how will we communicate with people in other countries? Okay, now we have Skype, right? We have video calling, but how do you think, like, for example, you can communicate with people that only speaks, I don't know, Japanese, and you just speak Spanish or English, but you don't have a common language, right? In the future, will we still use pen and paper to write? Or they will be replaced by anything else? In the future, will we watch TV the same way we do now? Yeah, so having in mind these three questions, I would like you to invent a device that will help us, for example, to replace pen and paper. Okay? But the idea is that you can make predictions describing that device. So you can say, in the future, we won't use pen and paper because there will be environmental laws that protect trees, so we are not going to have paper. Instead, we might use tablets in all the schools, even in the poorest areas of the world, right? We won't have ink and we won't print anything. Everything will be recorded in our memories because we will be connected to a matrix, right? Something like that. Predictions that you can make based on, like as I said before, look at all the things that we used to have and that we used to think they were amazing, or well, probably you didn't have contact with a huge TV like this or the VCRs, right? Or this type of phones, but I did, for example, and I used to think that, wow, that is just amazing. How can you just call someone using this device? But now you can even see that person when you call, right? And it's something that you wouldn't probably imagine in the past now. But now the technology advances so fast that the things that we have today, such as mobile phones or a special type of mobile or computers, might be replaced by anything else that can do lots of functions at the same time, right? So for next class, I want you to think of a device that can help us to communicate with people that with people that don't speak our language. What could replace pen and paper, and what about the future of TV? We can actually, we can say that Netflix is changing the way we watch TV, right? People who have access to Netflix are not longer watching what is on the TV guide. So you are the one who is deciding what to watch and what not to watch, right? So think about those kind of devices, and for the next class, we can make some predictions, okay? Using like this. Like this format. This one. Okay. Name of invention and what your invention looks like. So what things it has that will help us to, for example, communicate or write or watch TV. Okay. Is it clear? But you don't have to do this in advance. I mean, you don't have to prepare anything for next lesson, for next, virtual encounter. We'll do it during the class, okay? Because you already have other assignments in the platform, in Moodle. Do you have any questions?
No, teacher.
No questions. Okay. So I will see you next week.
Thank you,
Teacher, I have a question, but related to the tax for this week. I don't know what we have to do because, sorry?
Talking about the
a classic TV show. It says that include character description, the type of show it was, when it was shown, how long it was on air, and other relevant aspects. But we are just reviewing future tense, or I don't know, I don't know how to do it.
That is learning guide second term 1, right?
Yeah, for activity 4B, yeah.
4B. Okay.
4B.
Let me check again. 4B. For B. The thing is that this task is more connected to what we were studying the previous units. That was experiences, right? Like past tenses and narration. So it is a way like to combine everything. Because or you can actually talk about something old or classical, or even something that is on TV now, right?
Okay, no matter what tense it will be.
Exactly. So you can choose something
good.
that is old.
Let's describe a TV
now.
show, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Describe the show. Okay. And how
It was
long
like
it
that.
has on air.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okie dokie. Anything else? No? So I'll see you next class.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher, for your time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.
Sharing.